morning, guys. Welcome. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Wednesday, December 3rd. Good morning, everybody. We'll get our scripted part out of the way here. So the video we released yesterday, good morning, Elena. Thanks for being here. Sorry I'm a little late. But thanks for being here. Joining right up. Some decent results on the video we released yesterday. Still getting some views, so we'll let that cook for a little bit, but should probably get started here on another video soon. So that's what we'll do today. Good morning, Clarks. How are you doing? We released our Stephen A. Smith, Le'Veon Bell, Garrett Blunt video yesterday. Thanks for liking the stream, guys. How's everybody doing today? Figure out what direction we're headed here shortly. I got a notification from TikTok that I could post. I guess TikTok runs contests trying to get people to post stuff. So I got a notification on TikTok that they're running some contest for best running back videos. I'm like, all right, I'll upload a couple of those. So going to be uploading some of those to TikTok. Maybe we'll make another running back video. We'll see. Got to do our previews, though. We've gotten away from doing previews. I think the good thing about doing previews is it kind of mixes it up for us. Gives us a different format to play with. All right, we got a very easy. We're gonna do previews today. We got to, and I gotta commit to it. It's only Wednesday. We got away from doing previews, guys. Our previews were really good. Elena has the mod. Dan Flynn. We're starting to preview the games this upcoming Sunday. Relevant because I see the first game that we want to preview is the 1 o'clock Colts-Jags game. Good morning. How are you doing, Dan? Now, that's kind of that we could call that the Paper Tiger Bowl. Two contenders or Paper Tigers. I don't know. We'll see. But that can be the Emmitt Smith for running back short. Buenos dias. Yesterday, guys, thanks for everybody who stuck around till the end. We did a bracket. We listed 16, at least 16, more than 16, David versus Goliath moments in sports. And we did a bracket to figure out who would come out on top. And number one was Miracle on Ice, El Milagro de Hielo. Nobody said El Milagro de Hielo. So I'm thinking, Elena's saying let's go. We're going to start writing a script here. We're looking forward to this Colts-Jags game first. Sunday, 1 o'clock in Jacksonville. Big game in Duval County. 8-4 Jags hosting the 8-4 Colts. Battle for supremacy in the AFC South. Colts are slight favorites on the road. So that'll be the first game that we highlight. What week is it now? We skipped a couple weeks here, guys. Week 14. So we'll start writing a script, maybe start recording it, get it into video form, release it on YouTube. Check out the Dan Flynn. Anybody, go check out our We released the Stephen A. Smith, Le'Veon Bell, LeGarrette Blount video. NFL's most fire running back duo ever. People seem to like it. I think it was very good. So we honestly, first place and third seed, Jags own Colts. They've been had success over them recently. I don't know. I might take Danny Dimes over Trevor Lawrence. That's another conversation. Who would you rather have, Danny Dimes or Trevor Lawrence? I might take I don't know. This season, for this season and moving forward, I might take Danny Dimes. I don't know. It's close though. It's close. So that's the first game we're going to preview, and then there are a couple. It's a good progression of games. It's a good slate of games. We'll see. Thursday's Detroit, Dallas at Detroit. That should be a good game too. So maybe we'll make a Barry Sanders video or Emmitt Smith or both for Throwback Thursday tomorrow. Coming at you live here, guys. Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, two running back legends for the Thursday night teams. So maybe we could get started on that as well today. We've got Miami at the Jets. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. I mean, that's a big divisional game too for the AFC North. No way. Well, that's going in the script, Dan Flynn. The Jags' last loss in Duval County to the Colts was 10 years ago. So, Dan Flynn, you would say if of those two teams, who's got a better shot at making a deep playoff run? Because I know you were a believer in the Colts for a while there, but now, I mean, they'll be really leaking oil, losing momentum if they lose this game to the Jags. Which, if history is any indication, they might lose. Jags last lost to Colts in Duval 10 years ago. Danny Dimes has a hairline fracture. I almost Dan Jones. I'm like, who's Dan Jones? I've never heard of him. No, it's Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. That's cool. I did not. That is a hidden fact that nobody knows about nationally. So we got Dallas, Detroit tomorrow. Maybe we're gonna have to do either Emmitt Smith / Barry Sanders for Throwback Thursday. Today we'll work on our previews. Former squad previews. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Classic AFC North matchup. Steelers just added Adam Thielen and cut Darius Slay. Former Eagles great. We usually just preview the games with major playoff implications. I mean, a lot of these games end up turning out to be good games, but Cincy's at Buffalo. That's another must-win for Cincy. Okay, so Dan Flynn is a Jags believer. Trevor is figuring it out. Famous last words? I don't know. How's Trevor Lawrence doing this year? I don't know. Trevor Lawrence, he was definitely ready to come into the NFL, but looks like his numbers, I don't know. Let's say haven't really taken a step forward. Interesting to say. Very well over the last 4 games. Okay. He did throw 3 picks in that Cards game, but I did not see any of that game. All right. We'll see. I'm not it's going to take more than this to make me a Jags believer. But if they beat the Colts, who they got the rest of the year? If they beat the Colts, they'll be on a 4-game win streak. Then they got the Jets. That's should be a dub. Broncos, Colts, Titans. So they play the Colts twice. So the AFC South still has a lot to be settled. Plus another game we're looking at this week is Houston, who's a game back of both the Jags and the Colts in the AFC South. We're looking at that game. They're playing the Chiefs on Sunday night. It's basically like Andy Reid's still showing a lot of confidence in the Chiefs. I would say I still have a lot of confidence in the Chiefs. I mean, I would think they would make the Super Bowl if they make the playoffs. Good morning, Dan. How you doing, man? We're going to try to get our previews done today. It's nice and cold up here in the Northeast. Trevor had Urban Meyer and Press Taylor for 2 years. Well, Urban Meyer and Horrible Press Taylor for 2 years. Tons of drops also. 11 ball games from the Jags. Duval. Well, that was a great stat that you shared, that the Colts' last win in Duval County came 10 years ago. It's a good thing to add to the script we're writing here. So we'll do 4 games, I think. I mean, we could do 5, but we'll see how it goes. So we got Colts at Jags. Then the 4 o'clock game we're going to highlight. That's the 1 o'clock game we're going to highlight. 4 o'clock game we're going to highlight is... What was it? Oh, the Bears at the Packers. Classic. This is the biggest game in that rivalry in also over maybe a decade. I don't even know. Bears at Packers. Battle for the AFC North. I mean, NFC North / NFC. I think whoever wins that game will be... Actually, I don't know. The Rams still might be in first place. Urban Meyer. What's Urban Meyer up to these days? So we got Colts at Jags. Jags, I think, what did we say? Jags are slight home underdogs. But they're on a 4-game but they're on a 3-game win streak. Battle for the AFC South. Maybe we just keep repeating that. Battle for AFC South. We got Bears at Packers. Who are you more of a believer in, Dan Flynn, or anybody in the chat? You got Liam Cohen down there in Jacksonville and Ben Johnson in Chicago. He went viral last week for the post-game celebration after the Bears beat the Eagles. I mean, the Bears just kind of dominated the Eagles, honestly, with the run. They ran for they had 2 100-yard rushers, I think, didn't they? Close to it, at least. We still got to do a Jordan Love video, guys. Still haven't done that. And the Colts are losing. Colts have been losing momentum. Colts have lost 3 out of their last 4. The Jags' last loss. $2014. Wow. All right, so we got Bears and the Packers, battle for the NFC North. Winner will control destiny. Something like that. The winner's going to control their own destiny. Although, I don't know if that's true for the Packers. It might be true for the Bears. Bears might be in first place in the NFC right now. As crazy as that sounds. I don't know. I've been a Bears hater all year long. Maybe I stay that way. Bears on a 5-game win streak. Packers on a 3-game win streak. Jordan Love versus Caleb Williams. Who would we rather have as a quarterback? Lumberville? It says Lumberville. What's good, B-Wall? Good morning. A hater on what, Elena? Oh, the Bears. The Bears are good in the trenches, as Dan Flynn says. I don't know. I've been a hater on the Bears. If you look at Lumberville is a nice river town about 10-15 minutes away from me. It's got this place, the Lumberville General Store is in Lumberville. It's like my favorite restaurant. Yeah, we got, so that game, the Bears at the Packers, is the Love versus Jordan Love. We'll say Jordan. Well, this one we got, I guess we can highlight the QB matchups. Danny Dimes versus Trevor. We got Caleb Williams. If you look at, Elena, the reason why I'm a hater on the Bears and I remain that way, I was looking at that, Dan. If the playoffs ended today, though, Green Bay would come to Philly. I don't know. You would say that I don't know who I would be picking the Packers if that matchup were happening today. Thanks, B-Wall. All you need is love. Colt said, so that we're doing our former squad previews, week 14. Wednesday here. We try to do our previews for the week on Wednesday. Let's go. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. The Eagles are in deep trouble, Dan Flynn. I kind of agree with that. The talk on Sports Radio WIP is right now there might be a little bit of there's a little bit of tension possibly. Like there's a little bit of tension possibly. I heard I think it was Elliot Shore-Parks saying that he said that if you asked Howie Roseman why the Eagles are struggling, he would say Jalen Hurts' play. But the thing is, I'm going to have to blow up my nose, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm in maybe day 4 or 5 of this cold. So it's at the point where it's like making it a little hard to breathe. But we're going to push through. Thanks for being here today, guys. They did. Dan Flynn, we were talking about that. Thanks for sending. We were on top of that. We were covering that. We were talking about that Monday. I saw the video too. No, I feel better. I feel better than I did yesterday, than I did the day before, than I did the day before. But it's all up in here now. It's just all up in here. Yeah, I heard on WIP they were saying if you asked Howie Roseman what the source of the Eagles' struggles on offense are, he would say Jalen Hurts. And that the front office might not blame Kevin Patullo, whose house just got egged Saturday morning, really the night after the Bears game. But the thing about it, and they're even calling for backup Tanner McKee to come in. But and they made a good. But he followed up and made another good point. Is the thing is Jeffrey Lurie, and we play hurt. Flynn, hashtag Flynn Strong. I gotta wear that. I'll break that. I still got my Flynn Strong. Gotta break that back out. But basically, Jalen Hurts is just such a good ambassador for the Eagles that he just won a Super Bowl last year, and they've been to the Super Bowl twice with him at quarterback, that Jeffrey Lurie is not going to allow any quarterback change. People are calling, there's early talk, there's talk for Tanner McKee. Not from me, but from people. People are saying it. You hear people say it. They're calling for Tanner McKee. Not me. Not me. I'm not. Doesn't mean I think the Eagles are going to figure it out. But they were also. It's like you bench Jalen Hurts, he's never going to play another game. That's what they were saying too on WMP. I agree with that. Yeah, Elena. There's Jalen Hurts haters. They Hurts is only a problem if the management above him is a problem, but he'll never. That's a good point, Dan. Dan Flynn, that's a great line. A wise man once said, "If you listen to the fans, you'll end up sitting with the fans." Great point. Love that. Elena, going back to the Bears conference. I mean, the Eagles. We'll be highlighting the Eagles this week too. Might as well get them up here. They're going to a team I don't really know too much about this year. That's also 8-4. We got the Eagles. This will be our last one. This is Monday night game. We got Eagles at Chargers. Both teams are 8-4. Eagles are reeling. They really are. They're on a 2-game losing streak? And Dallas is creeping up. Like I was looking at ESPN releases the odds to win the division and odds to make the playoffs and stuff. A couple weeks ago, I looked. The Eagles were like 99% to win the division. They can't be 99% right now. So, Eagles are reeling. Coordinator controversy. Controversy. So that's our Monday night game. And then I think Sunday night is it what? Texans at Chiefs? Yeah. All times Eastern Standard / estimated. No, their times aren't estimated. Their times are Eastern Standard. Starting off, writing a script, guys. We're going to record this and then make it into a longer form video to release on YouTube. Dan says Eagles may be softest team to make the playoffs. Alright, guys. Alright, so Sunday at 1. Colts at Jags. We'll just say Sunday afternoon. Bears and Packers. Sunday night. Texans at Chiefs. Texans are... I think the Texans are decent, personally. Probably only one of these teams can make the playoffs. No way both of these teams can make the playoffs. I was looking at, I think if any of these teams in the AFC, another team that might take a spill here, I guess it really depends on this game we've got this week, is the Chargers. The Chargers have a tough schedule. The end of the year. They go Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos. So I'm going to say the Chargers... Chargers have one of the toughest remaining schedules in the league. So it's a must-win for them. It really is a must-win for the Chargers, I believe. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Dan Chakowski said something about the AFC South. I'm trying to remember what Dan Chakowski said about the AFC South. But it is true. There's a lot of AFC South disrespect out there. Is it deserved? Well, like, disrespect is not deserved. It's never good to be disrespectful. But... And we're not disrespect. We're going to lead with the AFC South this week, Dan Flynn. We, unbiased, maybe a little biased, but like impartial, more leaning impartial. The AFC, there it is. The AFC South, the AAC of NFL. There we go. That's what it was. I'll remember it next time. Battle for AF South. I don't know if we'll say this in the previews. The AAC. And you do mean the AAC, Dan, right? Not the ACC, Dan Chakowski. The American Athletic Conference. Right? Something like that. Battle for the AAC South. Trevor versus Danny Dimes. Okay, so this is the Jags' first year. Okay, that's Jags' first year. NFC East is the Schenectady to AFC South, Ponte Vedra Beach. Schenectady? I don't think I've ever been to Schenectady. I do think it's worth pointing out that it is Coach Liam Cohn's first year. And Dan Flynn, that's your theory, and I agree with it. Like, good things happen early in coaching tenures. That's when... No, B-Wall, we're not building a bracket out of this. We're trying to write a script to make former squad previews. Hold on 1 second. All right. Flynn's play hurt. This is a different kind of playing hurt, though. It's like all mouth breathing and all mouth talking. A little bit difficult, but we're going to push through. It's like as I can't... Normally, you can breathe and talk at the same time. Breathing that Schenectady air. I could use the sunny Ponte Vedra, maybe some vitamin D. Well, I don't think we're building a bracket out of this. We're gonna try to write a script, record a video. Try to write a script, record a video. This is just we're trying to get some ideas down. Trying to get some ideas down for our former squad previews week 14. Leading off, unlike the national media disrespecting the AFC South, also known as the AAC of the NFL, we're leading with the AFC South. Colts, Jags. Danny Dimes versus Trevor Lawrence. Jags home underdogs, but they're hot on a 3-game winning streak. Coach Liam Cohn's first year, and like we've said, good things happen in a team's first year. Dan Flynn added this nice fun fact. The Jags' last loss to the Colts in Duval came over 10 years ago, 2014. I guess probably Andrew Luck was still the quarterback at that time. Gotta be, right? I think. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Maybe. That's a good game. I don't have a pick. I'll root for the Jags. I'll root for the Jags. Though Dan Flynn and I, we were early on our calls saying that the Colts. I mean, hey, we've got one Super Bowl prediction video out there, and we said it would be Tampa Bay Bucks and Indianapolis Colts in the former squad Super Bowl. No, Dan, did you see the Cuisinart? You saw the yeah, good. I got it on screen. I kind of wanted that. Now this is a nice. I got this Cuisinart. No free. Maybe just like cross it out. Put our logo on it here. No free spots, except for Lumberville and Yosemite. Nah, you're right, Dan. I just. You're right. Maybe no free spots. Cuisinart, I'd love a shout out Cuisinart. I do have a Cuisinart, as indicated. Might be taped up in the future. Coming at you live here, guys. Parks and small business. Parks and small business gets free spots. Shout out Clark's Flower Shop, #1 flower shop in the world. Shout out Lumberville. But yeah, you're right, Dan. You're right. We'll cover that up. No more free spots. No more big coffee gets no more free ride. Charging what's it in the store these days? Like, I mean, coffee's expensive these days, guys. Ton of people drink coffee. It's something like it's well over half. I forget what percent of Americans, but it's well over half. It might be 60 or 70 or something drink coffee every day. #1 per capita place for drinking coffee in the world is Europe. Didn't know this. Read an article a couple weeks back. Dan Flynn, we're going to finalize that this week. Thank you for pushing me. We're going to I'll let you know. We're going to finalize that this week. Figure out what we're going to get, hats or shirts. What do you think what do people want? Hats, shirts. #1 coffee spot in the world for per capita drinking, Luxembourg. On average, they drink 5 cups of coffee per day per capita, which is like over a full cup higher than the next highest. Oh, all right, sounds good, Dan Flynn. All right, we'll do both of those. We'll do both of those. No more free spots. I'll be looking out for the follow up. Nah, we'll get that done this week. Good call. You're right, Dan Flynn, because I went and looked yesterday. I'm like, yeah, we got to get this order in before Christmas. Sorry, December 3rd, guys. Coach Liam Cohen's first year. Good things happen early in a coach's tenure. The Colts have lost 3 out of the last 4, and their last win in Duval County came 10 years ago. Rooting for the Jags, pulling for the Jags. Sunday afternoon, we got battle for the AFC North. Elena picked the Packers. I'm going to go along with Elena's pick. Bears, I think, still have a negative point differential. That's why I was saying I was hating on the Bears. Like, I think they still, like, they've just won. Like, their victory over the Eagles was arguably one of their easier victories. Most of them have been close, I think. We're going to check on that, but Classic rivalry game. Green Bay's pretty heavy favorites. I mean, I like that. That's the thing. It's gonna make me stop. My tune is changing on the Bears. It really is, because they keep talking about getting disrespected. They're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game winning streak, and they're 7-point underdogs. The rest of the year, they got the Packers twice still. Yeah, I guess, like, what do we think about that, guys? I heard a lot of people are saying they don't like how Bears and Eagles both negative. We'll check on that. Number one run defense against the number one rush offense in the NFL. That's exactly what we need to put in there, Dan. That's exactly what we need to put in there. Are the Bears and the Eagles both negative in terms of point differential? Eagles are barely positive. Bears have now switched to positive. That's why I'm changing my tune on the Bears. Like, they've only lost one game since September. It was at the Ravens. They lost the first game to the Vikings, followed by a loss to the Lions. Started the season on a 2-game losing streak, and they've lost one since. Have they beat anybody? Well, the teams they've beat they beat the Steelers and the Eagles the last 2 weeks. These teams aren't. I don't know. What's up, B-Wall? How are you doing? Well, Dan Flynn, that's why we're gonna put that front and center. We'll say number one run defense versus number one run offense in the NFL. It should be a battle in the trenches this game. That's 2 great nuggets in one, Dan Flynn. The Bears are confident, apparently ahead of their game with the Packers. What else do we want to highlight about this game? This is also Ben Johnson's first year. Ben Johnson has the Bears believing in his first year as head coach. Despite knocking off the Eagles last week on the road, The Bears are still big underdogs to their division rivals. It's kind of disrespectful. Is that what's more disres? Are the Bears worthy of respect, or are they getting disrespected? What's a good poll we should put up here, guys? What's up, B-Wall? How are you doing, man? You got anything to say on this? You got any nuggets to share on this previews we're working on right now? Gonna turn into a script. Gonna turn into a video we release on YouTube. Got some good nuggets on the Colts-Jags game. I think that's sufficient. We're not going to call the AFC South the AAC of the NFL. It's a little too disrespectful. We're all about respect up in here, Former Squad. All about the respect. Respect to the grind, the game. No free plugs. Keep that out of frame. Still getting our scripted part out of the way. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for helping me work on this script. It's turning out pretty good, I think. Got a lot of good nuggets in here. I think that's true, Dan Flynn. It's 100% changed my tune. About a week ago, you could find the receipts. I mean, the receipts are there, guys. You want to find my live from last week? I was saying that the Eagles are going to kill the Bears. I was saying that the Eagles are going to kill the Bears. I really was. I like it though. It's true. The Bears beat down. Dan Flynn, that's a much stronger line. That's a much stronger take than line than the one I got. I'm gonna write it down. We might use something like that. No. See, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, Dan Flynn. I'd rather they put you in charge of the offense, personally. We'll see. Nick Foles was calling for them to move Kevin Patullo up into the box. Calling for them to move Kevin Patullo up into the box, because his whole career, Kevin Patullo has been, I guess, passing game coordinator. So this is I think his first year as offensive coordinator with the full title, and it was his choice to go down to the sidelines. So now that's a narrative going on in Philly. Is like, should they move Kevin Patullo back upstairs? Give him a overview. Give him a look. I don't know. I mean, I think Dan Chakowski said it. I mean, I was a big fan of Kellen Moore when they had him. I think the coordinator is important, especially maybe given Jalen Hurts' Jalen Hurts is just not going to try to lose the game, He's great at not turning the ball over. We know I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. I'm all on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon still. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, guys. Hopefully the Eagles can turn it around. We haven't gotten to that part of the highlights yet, the previews. Let me get that. Black Friday. We're gonna censor that against the defending Super Bowl champ. Boost their street credits. True. What are we saying about the? We got anything to say about the Packers? Packers, like Jordan Love. I mean, Jordan Love. I would almost. He's kind of similar to Jalen Hurts. Like, you know, if people are criticizing Jalen Hurts for not turning the ball over, like I was looking at Jordan Love's. It's kind of the same deal. Guys, we're also, this is not really, Dan, we're referencing, I mean, I mean, I don't know if that Black Friday beatdown, yeah, definitely better. You're saying as a word change. That's a great idea. Black Friday beatdown boosts credibility. Great lines, guys. Fire bars. Fire bars. From the bleachers, what does Sirianni do? I think his off background was that of a quarterback offense. Don't get it. Dude has a stacked roster, but can't get them to play heading into Christmas. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's just like the Eagles have just been so good under Nick Sirianni. Like the win-loss record. And Jalen Hurts, too. It's like the win-loss record just like kind of pushes all of the questions down the road. You know, everybody's like, oh, well. So it's like nothing's going to happen this season. You know, I don't think any changes will be made during the season. It's just, it's like just starting to look a little more like 2023 than 2024 here in Philly. We'll see. And like, you know, to the point about December, it's kind of like, or, you know, as we approach Christmas, it's definitely harder to change the narrative, harder to turn things around when it comes to this, you know, this time of the year. It's like you know, they've already played for. This is week 14. You know, you're not like all of a sudden a whole brand new team. Once the calendar hits December, you know, you're supposed to be peaking this time of the year, not retreating. Packers are looking to beat all their divisional rivals in a row. Packers have some bad losses on the year, but they were a popular Super Bowl pick in the beginning of the year, and now people are coming back to that. I can see it. I have a gentleman's bet out there with Dan Jakowski and maybe one other person that Jordan Love will start a conference championship game before Drake May. Pat's on bye this week, so Drake May won't be featured in the previews this week, but all right, we got a lot on that game. Dan, that's a good point. I mean, the Panthers are definitely getting slept on, and they have, that's one of, if not the best win. Are they on bye this week? They might be on bye this week. I think, yeah, it looks like they're on bye this week, but we'll look at their. Let me get their. Get you guys on the internet here. I agree with that, Dan. I mean, they just that's arguably the best win of anybody, or most surprising for them to beat the Rams. Went over the Cowboys, went over the Packers, went over the Rams, but like loss at home to the Saints, at the 49ers, the Bills. I mean, looks like they lost the first two games of the year. I liked how they played against the Rams. They ran the football a whole lot. They had like both Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle had like 20 carries or close to it. And they were getting big chunks of yards. We have mentioned that before. You're right. I mean, two losses off the rip. I mean, I don't think the Cardinals are not as bad as their record. Like, the Cardinals are whatever they are, but they're really not all that bad. I think they're close to like a average team. And then the Jags are also 8-4. That's a good point, Dan. Maybe we'll put something like that in the previews. Yeah, I mean, honestly, these losses aren't all that. The only flimsy loss is really to the Saints. I mean, that's one game, and maybe Bryce Young didn't even play in that game. Jags are top 10. Yeah, we haven't done power rankings yet. We could do power rankings at some point. Bryce Young played in that game. It's just maybe just a divisional game. Anything could happen. I didn't watch this game, so I don't really know how to analyze it. But Jags are top 10 and rising. Well, they will definitely rise if they go to 9-4 in first place in the AFC South. Definitely. They will continue to rise. Yeah, I don't know. I think, a big part of my Tampa Bay, we were calling Tampa Bay. And are they on bye this week? Do they have a game? No, Tampa Bay plays New Orleans. Must win for Tampa Bay. But a big reason behind why we were calling for Tampa Bay to go far, possibly as a Trojan horse. One, we like Baker Mayfield, And the third seed. All right, I misspoke there. I might have said, yeah, I misspoke. I think that, yeah, we'll see. I mean, hey, I'll tune into that game. I'll be the first. The Jags, I just have such bias on because the only time I watched them play this year was one of their London games, if they played two London games against the Rams, where they just got. I mean, they were different, playing different sports out there or something, different classes. Like, one second. All right, I'll be right back, guys. 1 second. Jags are currently in first. I'll watch them play. If they beat the Colts in convincing fashion, hey, maybe you'll turn me into a believer. I do think, well, and I do think it is kind of like you're saying, Dan Chakowski. If you get in, you get a shot. I mean, like we're saying, the Panthers just beat the Rams. You know, if the Panthers can beat the Rams like that, it was in Carolina, but any given Sunday, there is no dominant team. Even the team. Well, I would say the Patriots are arguably the most dominant team this year. Thanks, Dan Flynn. Thanks for being here, man. Love the great comments. Have a great day. Thanks for all the great contributions. Flynn Strong. Flynn Strong. Guys, let's see how we've got a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of stuff in here for this. This is gonna be long. I'm thinking I'm going to try recording it off screen. Maybe it'll give me less pressure. It's funny. It's like I feel no pressure when live streaming, but I feel pressure when recording while live streaming. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But hey, we're going to give it a shot. Maybe off stream record. Maybe off stream record. Thoughts, guys? Give it a shot. We got to be more indestructible, more consistent. Thanks for helping me get there, guys. I'm there to help anybody however I can. Still drinking coffee, still getting our scripted part out of the way. Stephen A. Smith video, still kind of cooking. Still getting over 100 views an hour, so we got some time to get this previews done. Coffee till the sun goes down. And these days and after, bro. I mean, we're getting to that. We got what? 3 weeks? Wow, guys, that's crazy. Only 3 weeks to Christmas? Shoot. We really gotta get our March 6th figured out. 3 weeks till Christmas, guys? What? So, getting our coffee in till the sun goes down, and maybe a little after. Thanks for being here, guys. We've got our Stephen A. video chugging along. It has great. People like it. People really like it. It's got, in terms, I think a lot of people, like, people just have to watch it. You know? When they start watching it, they gotta watch it. They gotta see what Stephen A. is talking about. And he's good at that. We're gonna try to get more like that, in a way. You know? Sunday night, Texans and Chiefs. Texans have, we'll say, what is this about? A battle for playoff life. You know? Battle for playoff hope, even. What would we say? The once impossible thought of Kansas City missing the playoffs is now a distinct possibility, something like that. Sunday night. So it should be a good slate of games this week, guys. We already went over the Jags. Jags hosting the Colts down in Duval County. We got Packers hosting the Bears. We didn't really talk much about the Packers, but hey, it's all right. We're allowed to preview the. What's good, B-Wall? How you doing, man? Welcome. I won't. Don't worry. I won't. I never have. Never will. Well, never have. Never will. Never have. Never will. Unless it's like involuntary. I gotta lie though. I am. This is just tough because it's like I said. I know I'm gonna have to go out to this. I'm out of juice. You guys saw me down in this two. It was like 52 fluid ounces. I don't know why they. No, I don't take any of that stuff. Don't take any of that stuff. Yeah. So you what? Take Dayquil during the day and Nyquil at night? Nah. Not unless they're paying me. Not unless they're paying me. Nah, dude. The thing about it is, your body's like doing it for. Your body's doing it for a reason, and I would literally just Googled. Ironic. I'm going through this. Your body like. Yeah, and it's hard enough to wake up as is, you know? Although, today was a little easier to wake up, at least here in where I'm at Former Squad HQ. Very bright outside. Nice sunshiny, bright day. No, see, that's the thing, bro. Like, your body, I'm like, why? Your body produces it for a reason, though, you know? Your body, and I'm like, what does it even do? It traps, the virus particle, traps the stuff and gets rid of it. Yeah, but your body, no, but it's not, I don't take any of that stuff personally. Not making any claims, not making any suggestions. I'm just saying what I do. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Dan took it from tea. Dan Jackowski took it all the way from tea to this fire bar. The once impenetrable mystique of the Chiefs' invincibility is on the verge of collapse as they stand on the brink of a missed playoff spot and countless questions on how to move forward. I love it. Dan took that from tea. All I gave Dan was tea, and he came out. That was amazing. All right, the once impenetrable. It's true though. That's why that's why we like it, because it's true. And hey, we did feature Stephen A yesterday. Sounds, we're trying to be, not. Bro, meanwhile, no, I appreciate it. I mean, you do you. I'm not saying you can't do you. I'm just saying I'll stick to the OJ. The once impenetrable mystique of the Chiefs' invincibility is on. Is on the verge of collapse. As they stand on the brink of a missed playoff spot. Guys, we're going to be doing some typing.com challenges later. No, that's good, Dan. You went to Flow State. You went to Flow State and came out with this fire bar. And countless questions on how to move forward. It's great. I is that never forever. That's a good line too. Do the Texans have the number one defense in the NFL? Never forever. Yeah, they do. In terms of yards allowed. So we'll say. It's true. The Texans have the number one defense. They do. Chiefs have a top offense, though. Excuse me, guys. What are you... What do you say according to Dan F. Elena? What's that about? Thanks for being here, guys. Texans do have the number one defense in the NFL. Will Anderson. Wasn't he the number one? Yeah. No, but Elena, I did just fact check him on that. I'll just show you. I'll fact check him. They do have the number one defense in terms of defensive leader, just team defense, yards allowed. Interesting. The Browns are in second place. Myles Garrett. We're gonna have to make a Myles Garrett video at some point. This guy's just. I don't know how much of the Browns' defensive success is due to him, but probably a whole lot. So Dan Flynn did say this, Elena, but we also have the receipts here to back it up. Dan Flynn is about receipts. You know? I did take his word for it on the run defense versus run offense. 1 second here, guys. Guys, this is crazy. When I got this, when this cold hit, coming at you live here, when this cold hit me, I'm like Googling, I'm like, how long does a cold last? Because I'm like, is it 7 to 10 days? So I've just been like counting the days. Like, what day am I on? This is day like 5. So almost over, guys. Getting better. I'm in the decline phase for sure. I can't even believe I streamed on Monday, guys. Talk about playing hurt. Yeah, I'll keep on. After this stream ends, I gotta go out. I'm out of juice. You'd be seeing me chugging the juice if I had it. I don't know what that was, but you'd be seeing me chugging the juice if I had it, but need to go out and get some more juice. Good call, Dan. Thanks for looking out, man. Good call. Colds can last weeks if you don't fix yourself. Exactly. You got to fix yourself Rest, plenty of fluids, vitamin C. Try to get some vitamin D today, baby. Gonna be posting our running back videos on TikTok. Trying to make a. It's like $2,000. Their contests are like two. They got 10 winners for $2,000. Like, shoot, we got a shot at that, guys. As many entrants as you want. I'll post all my running back videos and then make some more. I think the deadline ends. Yeah, I'll be doing some more stuff on TikTok. It seems like, the younger folks that are all day running back. Maybe tomorrow, Elena, for Throwback Thursday. That's going to be tomorrow because we got the last two. Well, we've made a couple running backs. The Le'Veon Bell with Garrett Blunt, most fire running back duo ever. Made that yesterday. I'm going to put that on TikTok. Enter that. And also Walter Payton. Put that on TikTok. And then tomorrow we'll try to bang out Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders because we got Lions and Cowboys tomorrow night. It's a pretty good Thursday night game in terms of Thursday night games. So we'll probably be entering something like that. Switching. Dude, that's a great, I love that concept, Dan. That's, no. I was about to switch. That's a very interesting concept, dude. I was about to switch gears into something kind of similar. I haven't read that story. Is that Ray Bradbury possibly? Could be, but, or influenced by, but very, very interesting. Yeah, Ray Bradbury. I don't remember that one, but I'll have to reread it. Wavelengths, Dan, we got this, bro. No, I'll have to reread. I read that. It was a long time ago, though. Long time ago. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Great concepts. Very timeless concepts. I saw, guys, ChatGPT, OpenAI. Apparently, they just issued a code red to their employees, whatever that means. Code red. They said, like, basically their massive lead, and I suspect, who knows what happens? Dude, it was great. I have nothing but great memories from reading Ray Bradbury back in the day. I should go back to it. I think so. ChatGPT, they issued a code red, basically saying they're not going to work on future projects and stuff. They got to improve ChatGPT. OpenAI, the company. Oh, I got her. I think everybody in the chat had Mrs. O'Connell. Shout out Mrs. O'Connell. Shout out Mrs. O'Connell. She's like your classic throwback English teacher, like from a book almost. You can't even write that. Not even from a book. It's like you can't even write this stuff, Mrs. O'Connell. Scrabble days. Oh my God, Dad. Great, Mr. Grimes. Exactly. Like you can't even make those guys up. They're so real and perfect in their roles, Mr. Grimes. Oh my gosh. Wow. Anyway, guys, I was saying I think OpenAI, we'll see what happens, but I think I've started using them less and less. I think ChatGPT has gotten worse / I am realizing I prefer what it was, I don't know. I'm done with it. Over it. I don't even use it. And now it's like I type something into ChatGPT to have it edit it for me. And I'm like, I'll just do it my own. I like mine better. That was like with the description on the video we wrote yesterday. I mean, guys, like when I'm doing stuff off stream, I still might use it a little bit, but I really shouldn't. But I'll just use it in word process, and then it'll like suggest edits, and I'm just like, nah, it wasn't that, not great edits, not great edits. I like my own stuff better. Thanks for being here today, guys. Oh, when B Wall said sorry about to block y'all out, he was being serious. It's funny. It's like now, yeah, Lane. I mean, we've been saying this for months since we started streaming. It's like now you gotta double check. It's like you might as well not like you might as well Google something, but not look at what the Google says, and then look for like the sources they give you, which is actually like how it should be, you know? It's like we shouldn't be going to Wikipedia. We should be going to the sources. But guys, something I found with Wikipedia is like every time I go to the source, exactly, Elena, exactly. So it'll be going back full circle and checking books out of the library, going to talk to having scribes copy books and stuff. Who knows, guys? I might the return of the scribe. We'll see, guys. Full circle back to checking books out of the library. Exactly. That's a great point, Dan. But, like, wasn't Google better, though? Like, say, just 10 years ago? You know, like, what happened to Google? Voldemort. Sorry, Voldy. You know I love you. You know I love you. You know I love you. Google was better 20 years ago, Elena says. It really was. I don't really remember what it was. Well, yeah. It was actually probably... I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember when the first time... You wouldn't have predicted what? Like, Google getting worse? The rise of AI and the search functionality getting worse? Well, yeah, so that's the thing. I think is they... Elena used to try to support Bing, but Bing was Microsoft. Well, and that's what... Now has Jeeves still around? Well, that's the thing. What people don't really think about, Elena, and everybody, you know, like Microsoft is really a huge part of OpenAI and ChatGPT. Microsoft owns a massive share of ChatGPT, OpenAI, like something like 25% or something like that. So it's really, and again, we've talked about the circular financing involved in the AI companies. We'll see. I'm just like, what is it? Does it like as we've talked about before? What does it add? What kind of production does it add? What value does it add? It's just energy for what? Storing stuff? Coming up with better scripts? I'd rather write them on. We'd rather write them on our own. Nowadays, might as well be using Ask Jeeves. All right, guys, we got a plan here. We got a plan. We're going to be doing our We're going to keep making these previews. This one, we'll make this preview. We're going to post a couple of those running back videos on TikTok. Make a couple tomorrow. Emmitt Clark's is really, really been asking for a Emmitt Smith video. So, got to make one of those. And Barry Sanders. Plus, it'll be relevant. It's super relevant for tomorrow. Throwback Thursday. Do a Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith video. All right, guys. I'm going to take a quick break here. I'll be right back. We'll put Sofia Vergara on the screen. I just posted this vid to TikTok. I posted the Calvin Johnson video to TikTok. Now I'll be posting some of the running back videos to TikTok. So we'll get that done. Thanks for being here today, guys. I'll be right back.
She goes, I used to date a chief. And I'm like, ooh. She's like, Tony Gonzalez, dummy.
What do we think, guys? Oh, I'm back. I wanted Sophia on the screen, not Tony. Elena's like, yeah, keep it. Keep Tony. Just kidding, guys. Thanks for being here, guys. What did we think? We liked our Did we like the way we titled that video yesterday? Sorry, Stephen A. ... Puff of smoke. Fire football. I thought it was a pretty good title. Maybe I'll post that to TikTok RN, guys. It's a little into our Voldemort exclusivity window, but hey. You know. Sorry, Voldy. Sorry, Voldy. Sorry, Voldemort. Maybe I post the Walter Payton video first. Post as many RBs as we have. Good call, Elena. You're right. No, you're totally right. I'm also thinking about, guys, something. I mean, we'll see if I think other other streamers go live on multiple. All right, I don't know how to do. I'll have to figure that out off stream. I'll do that later. But I've seen other live streamers go live on multiple platforms at once. So that's probably something we're gonna have to investigate. Go live on some other platforms. at the same time. So, thanks for being here, guys. OGs. OGs. Got a great opening. Got a great couple. The once impenetrable mystique of the Chiefs' invincibility is on the verge of collapse as they stand on the brink of a missed playoff spot and countless questions on how to move forward. Texans have the number one defense in the NFL. How's we also, guys, we might have a couple. We're probably gonna have a couple records broke this year, so we should get ahead of those as well. Like, I don't know. It's a possibility. Jackson Smith and Jigba might break Calvin Johnson's record for receiving yards in a season. What was a good investigation opportunity, Elena? No, Dan, I love that one. I love those bars. Impregnable. I mean, it's all right. Jackson Smith. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that, Elena. I think we can do it with this OBS thing. We'll probably be able to do it to TikTok as well. Maybe TikTok. We'll just probably be streaming on multiple platforms at once. Definitely something to investigate, and you're right. Something to investigate. So Jackson Smith and Jigba has a shot to pass Calvin Johnson's receiving yard record in a season. Jonathan Taylor or James Cook, they probably won't challenge the rushing yards record. But Myles Garrett has a shot to set the sack record. He's at 19 sacks. I mean, maybe give him Defensive Player of the Year already. So, shot to break the sack record. Shot to break the all-time receiving yards record. So those are just some things to keep an eye on as we move forward into December, into 2026. Wow, guys, we're almost in 2026. That's cool. The Texans have the number one defense in the NFL. I want to say the loser of this game probably, I mean, we can say won't make the won't make the playoffs. It's pretty much that simple. Like, the Texans lose because they're fighting for. If the Texans win, I don't know. If the Texans win, then they still have a shot to even win their division. But if they lose, they'll be 2 games back. Same thing with the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are probably already out of their division. I mean, they're 4 games back of the Broncos. And they're fighting for a wild card spot. So. Pat Mahomes has not been the problem this year. I think he's like, I don't know what the Chiefs' problem is. Maybe lack of a pass rush, guys. I mean, their number one sack guy has 5 sacks. Maybe that's kind of the Eagles. Eagles haven't been getting many sacks either. Let's look at this, guys. Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are on the lower half of sack total. So are the Chiefs. I don't know. Maybe the Broncos are legit, guys. Maybe the Broncos are legit. Lead the league in sacks. Cleveland's there basically because of Myles Garrett alone. The Jags do have the number one rush defense, as Dan Flynn pointed out. He was right to point that out. Doesn't quite look like the Colts have the number one rushing offense, but they might have at one point. So we'll have to edit that. The Colts are up there in terms of rushing. Where are the Eagles? It's just the Eagles are not like top half in like any of these categories, are they? They're not. Not offensively. Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's like, oof. They're one of the bottom teams in the league in third down conversion rate. Like, all these stats are not looking great. Even the fourth downs, I mean, they are top half, but not quite that high. One of the most penalized teams this year. Jags are the most penalized team this year. Slight knock on the Jags. Three of the top 6 teams are NFC East teams. Top penalized teams of the year. Anyway, guys, so I think we'll call the stream here pretty soon. Maybe about 10 minutes, 11:30. Thanks for being here, guys. You guys are the best. I'm going to keep working on our previews. Any ideas for stuff we can do tonight on stream? Tomorrow we have planned for back Thursday. Make at least an Emmitt Smith and a Barry Sanders short. Big goals for tomorrow. Big goals for tomorrow. Multi-release pass. Throwback Thursday. Could work on one of those tonight. Good call, Elena. I'll do that midstream. I'll prep. It's just like, you're right. We'll do that. We should at least think about doing that tonight, and I'll prep that. Good call. Good call. Thinking Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith for tomorrow. Thursday night. Throwback Thursday. Emmitt Smith. Maybe some impact effects. Maybe we keep working on this script too. / I don't know. We'll see when we get. We gotta get previews out. Have to. Must. So, thanks for all the help and support, guys. You guys are the best. Sorry, Stephen A. Still getting some views. Thanks for being here today, guys. I mean, sorry, Stephen A. Turned out pretty good. Turned out pretty good, I thought. Sorry, Stephen A. Turned out pretty good. Another one. I think it's got above 80% stay to watch or something like that. I'm thinking it might be good on TikTok, so I'm probably going to release that on TikTok pretty soon. Going to be entering more TikTok contests, pushing ourselves more. Thanks for being here today, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for coming up with all these great lines. We're going to finish these previews this week. Get a video out. Throwback Thursday tomorrow. Working on some of that tonight, Poss. I hope you guys have a great day. And we'll talk soon. All right. Later, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll be back on tonight. Peace, Elena. I'll be back on tonight, 7 o'clock. So we'll be back then. Much love, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Elena. Hope you have a great